familiar topic. You should be able to relate to this editorial. Easy to comprehend, easy to follow. Let us start with vocabulary. Some important words are there. What is the first word? Supplant. Supplant is a verb, part of speech verb, to take the place of. Also write one more word next to it. Write the word replace. Replace. Take the place of or replace. Replace someone or something. Osmosis. Osmosis goes with physics, chemistry. Means what? Usually it goes with particles moving from one layer to another layer. Semi-permeable or permeable layer, and particles move from one layer to another layer, one state to another state. But in this context, what does it mean? I've given the literal meaning, but another meaning is also there. The process of gradual or unconscious assimilation of ideas, knowledge, etc. But in this context, it means the win in elections in the state of Karnataka spilling over to Telangana, coming to this state. That's what it means. What is the next word over here? Fillip. Fillip goes with everyday English, part of speech noun. Something which acts as a stimulus or boost to an activity. You are doing something, you are trying to do something, something gives you encouragement, then you use the word fillip, an important word. Contender we got last week also. It has 2 or 3 meanings. Contend has 2 or 3 meanings, but contender, part of speech noun, only one meaning. A person or group competing with others to achieve something. In this context, in the elections. Inevitable, we have got many a time. Part of speech adjective, what does it mean? Certain to happen, unavoidable. Generally, we use inevitable means unavoidable, something you cannot stop. Dent has 2 different meanings. One meaning, it goes with everyday English. You take a flat surface. On the flat surface, it goes in, then we call it a dent. But what is the meaning given over here? Literal meaning is one thing, a slight hollow in a hard, even surface made by a blow or pressure. But dent means, to please write the meaning, other meaning, make a negative impact. Make a negative impact. It made a dent on his confidence. Means what? It made a negative impact on his confidence. A different meaning. Next word is an important word, though we have got a few times. What is the word? Formidable, an important word, part of speech adjective. And write the combinations. Formidable opponent, formidable party, formidable competitor, formidable enemy. These are the words you have to remember, combinations. Inspiring fear or respect through being impressively large, powerful, intense, or capable. And here usually I give the word intimidating. Write the word, does it sound familiar? Intimidating. Intimidate means what? Give me a second. Write the word intimidate. Intimidate means a frighten. A formidable opponent intimidates you, frightens you, an important word. We have got many a time. Thrive also we have got many a time. Part of speech verb of a child, animal or plant, but also add the word business. Please add the word business. Grow or develop well or vigorously. And write the combination thriving business. What does it mean? Thriving business. Doing well or not doing well? Doing well. Thriving business, an important combination. The next word, replicate, part of speech verb, make an exact copy of something, or as a verb, reproduce. But write one important word. How do you pronounce this? Usually people say facsimile, but you have to pronounce it as facsimile. How do you pronounce it? Facsimile. Facsimile. But everyone invariably in our country People say facsimile, not correct, facsimile. Means exact copy of something. Exact copy. We also say for exact copy, there is another expression, please write, carbon copy. Have you heard of this? Carbon copy also we say. Old English carbon copy, facsimile, exact copy. The next word, albeit, an important word, put a star mark. You may get in the exam, part of speech conjunction. Albeit means what? Though. It's a contrasting word. A referendum goes with polity, a general vote by the electorate on a single political question that has been referred to them for a direct decision. Decision is based on the public vote. They give a question, only one question. A particular state, whether it has to be part of the union or not. So people have to vote. And based on the majority, they decide whether to go that side or this side. Have you heard of this term anytime, referendum? An important word. It doesn't happen in our country, but if you go to Western countries, they resort to referendum quite often on certain important issues. What is the next word? Pervasive. This also we got many a time. All pervasive. When we talk about God, we say God is all pervasive. Means what? Spreading widely throughout an area or a group of people. But pervasive means spread out everywhere. For that there is another important word. Please write the word. Have you heard of this word? All pervasive, omnipresent, both mean the same. And these words are referred to when we talk about God, we use these terms. God is everywhere, though invisible. Let us go to the next one. Polarization also goes with polity. Poles, from that you get bipolar, unipolar. You also get the word polarization, part of speech noun. Division into two sharply contrasting groups or sets of opinions or beliefs. Imagine a particular state. There are two parties. People go either this side or that side. Then we say there is a polarization when it comes to parties. I hope you got the meaning. Next one is a new word we have got for the first time, touting. Tout is a verb. Attempt to sell, typically by a direct or persistent approach. Not exactly sell. Please write one more word there. Tout means float or promote. Not literally floating. Float or promote an idea. And it goes with elections. Touting a particular philosophy, a particular ideology. Means you are floating that ideology. I hope you guys are with me. Virtues, a lot of words, so I'm doing quickly. Virtue is an important word. Part of speech noun, virtues, plural. Behavior showing high moral standards. But here I would like to give two words. First you write the word virtue. Also write good habit. Virtue means what? Morally standard, good habit, good behavior. And what is the opposite? Vice. Very good. Right? Bad habit. Whenever we talk about a person, we talk about his virtues and vices. Means what? His good habits, good behavior, bad behavior. These two words go hand in hand. Someone's virtues, someone's vices. Vice has many meanings. That is another thing. What is the next word here? Moved. Part of speech verb. A boggy area. What is the meaning of the word boggy? Marshy also you can say. Write the word marshy. Boggy. Here what happens, when you go to some areas, sometimes in the forest also, you see a particular area and there you see loose sand, wet sand, not completely wet, a little wet, loose sand. The moment you enter, the more you try to come out, the more you go into it. What is the Telugu word for that? You all got the meaning. That's what matters. What is the next word here? Hysterics. Hysterics, there's one word. Please write the word hysteria. Have you heard of the word hysteria? If you go to villages, sometimes in towns also, cities also. At the time of religious festivals, some people, they get excited, they reach a different state of mind, and they talk something. And they say, I am goddess so-and-so, I am God so-and-so. They predict the future. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That is nothing but hysteria. It's a nervous disease. According to doctors, not my opinion. Don't take it that way. People may get annoyed. A lot of people believe in that. Hysterics here, a wildly emotional and exaggerated reaction. Going to a higher level, a different state of mind, then we use the term hysteria. Related to that, hysterics. That goes with election campaign. Sway has got two different meanings. What is the last word here? Sway, part of speech verb. Control or influence a person or course of action. But in this context, it goes with elections. Whom will they try to sway? Voters. Obviously, they try to influence. But the word sway also means, imagine there's a strong wind. The branches of a tree move either sideways or front and back. That is also known as a sway. Sway means move front and back or sideways. At the time of a storm, we come across this situation. Have I done with the words? Yes, sir. Thank you. Looks like you guys are very serious about listening. Lost in that process, sometimes you forget to respond. Shall I go to the editorial? As I said, what is this editorial about? Elections in Telangana state. I'll start with the tone of this editorial. Go to the fragment of the editorial on one page. The tone of this editorial is analytical and observant. Underline both the words. Analytical provides analysis, who is going to win, who is going to lose, and observant, over a period of time, how things have been evolving, based on that observation, written. It provides a detailed analysis of the political dynamics leading up to the Telangana Assembly election in 2023, in the month of November, with a focus on the resurgence of the Congress party. Underline the word resurgence, that's an important word. A resurgence means a rebirth. Do remember, it's an important word. A resurgence, come back to life, a rebirth. Now party is in the limelight, the Congress party. Why? Because of the win in Karnataka state, with a focus on the resurgence of the Congress party as a key competitor to the ruling BRS. The editorial discusses the factors that have contributed to the Congress's revival. Already I've got the word revival many a time, such as its recent victory in Karnataka and its emphasis on welfare initiatives. I hope you got an idea about the editorial. We'll go to the actual editorial. How does it start? Strong challenge. Which party is going to provide the strong challenge? When you read, you understand. It is not the BJP, it is the Congress on the Telangana Assembly election 2023 in November. What is the main idea of this editorial? The Congress supplants, means what? Replaces which party? The BJP as the key competitor to the BRS in Telangana. Before Karnataka elections, everyone thought BJP would give a tough fight to BRS. BJP was in the limelight. Congress was nowhere in the picture. They were not in the limelight. But all of a sudden, the fortunes changed. How did the fortunes change? Because of the win in Karnataka state, suddenly Congress came into the limelight and BJP became a spoiler, now nowhere in the picture. Let us go to the first word itself. Osmosis is a rare word in politics. Means what? What happens in one state may not spill over to another state. When it happens, we use the word osmosis. It's a rare word. Rarely it happens. But in this context, it is going to happen. That's what the editorial opines. But it could well define the sudden rejuvenation of the Congress party in Telangana. Now here there's a possibility for osmosis. And there's one word I have underlined. Please remember, I would like to reiterate, whatever is underlined, To save time, I'm not asking you guys. Earlier, I would ask which tense. Remember, now you have to know. I'm sure you can make out. But focus on that pattern. Any important pattern, I will ask you. Here is a rare word. Which tense is that? You should know for sure it is present. It's a fact. It could well define, underlined. What does it talk about? Here the word is a could. Could has 4 functions. First one, it is used to make a request. Very formal and polite. Could you please repeat, sir? At the time of the interview, you don't understand what the member says. You have to request the member to repeat. How do you request? Could you please repeat, sir? They'll be very happy to repeat. First function. Second function of could. It is used to express a past ability. I could run very fast when I was young. Means now I can run or I cannot run. I cannot run. Past ability. Third one, it is used to express an idea of condition. You could sit here if you like. What is the sentence I have said? You could sit here if you like. What is the idea of condition? If you like. You could see that movie if you like the heroine. Otherwise not a movie worth seeing. Have you got it? From your smile, I know you got it. And what is the fourth one which goes with this context? It goes with, it is used to express the possibility. Possibility, chances are more or less. Less chances. In English, to express the possibility, we use a helping verb may, more chances, and less chances, we have 3 helping verbs. Might, could, should. So it could well define the sudden rejuvenation, revival of the Congress party in Telangana. It's a win. Why? What is the reason behind? It has to substantiate, provide information. The third sentence talks about that. Its win in Karnataka by decisively, means importantly, defeating the BJP has given it an organizational fillip and has given it, again, which tense is it? So many times you come across present perfect. I always tell students that difference between those who are good at English and those who are not good at English. Those who are not good at English use past tense quite often. Those who are good at English use present perfect quite often, whether it is in conversational English or written English. And present perfect used quite often in written English, obviously. Editorial we come across so many times. And what is the use of present perfect? We talk about an action, a past action, where time is not important, action is important. Then we have to use present perfect. Its win in Karnataka by decisively defeating the BJP has given it an organizational fillip, means encouragement. The entire party must have felt very happy, and impact of that win, impact of that in this state. So the Congress party has come into the limelight. The cadre very happy, excited. Leaders became very active once again. Organizational fillip and confidence that has allowed it, again present perfect, to become a contender in Telangana within months of that victory. Within months of that victory, Congress became the contender. Before the Congress, which party? The BJP. Now it is not the BJP, nowhere in the picture. It is between BRS and the Congress. This is partially because, and what is the reason behind? This is partially because the ruling BRS has been in power. Again, which tense is this? Present perfect. An important pattern has been. We have used a primary auxiliary be as a main verb, and we have to use a past participle form. Has been in power for nearly a decade. Underline the phrase, for nearly a decade. Time period, we use a per, specific time we use since. For nearly a decade, and has run into. Again, which tense? Present perfect. Run into is a phrasal verb I gave last week. If you guys remember, I brought 2 phrasal verbs. One, run into, the other, run out of, bump into. Similar. What does it mean? To meet someone by chance or accidentally. Has run into the inevitable Indian challenge of anti-incumbency. See, same words that we are getting quite often. Incumbency means what? in power, anti-incumbency against the government in power. It is inevitable, the editorial opines. Naturally, there is a saying, all of you please write this saying. Familiarity breeds contempt. Have you heard of this any time? Familiarity breeds contempt. Contempt means a feeling of satisfaction. And familiarity breeds contempt. You don't see the greatness. I'll give an example, then you understand. Imagine you went to Agra. The first day you saw the Taj Mahal. What would be your reaction? All adjectives: magnificent, fabulous, wonderful, mind-blowing, flabbergasting, all the words you can use. You stayed there for 10 days. You went the same way every day. Every day you saw the Taj Mahal. After 10 days, will you bother to look at the Taj Mahal? Same Taj Mahal, has it changed? Who has changed? You have changed. Why have you changed? Familiarity breeds contempt. Same thing you see every day. First day you come here, oh, room number 5, big screen, big hall, looks so impressive. After 1 month, will you look at the room? No way. So it's a fact. No one can deny. This BRS has been in power for how many terms? Already 2 terms are over. This is the 3rd time they're trying their luck. Obviously, 2 things are inevitable. One is anti-incumbency, and the second one, this familiarity problem. Why to have the same leaders 1 more term? People may think that way. We will give a chance to other parties. It talks about the same. This is partially because the ruling BRS has been in power for nearly a decade and has run into the inevitable, unavoidable Indian challenge. What is that challenge? Anti-incumbency, with a dense to its strong support base. Here dense means what? Negative impact. Negative impact to its strong base. Any party has a base, strong base. Now its base is being dented, means negative impact. And why it talks about that also? The BRS had become, here we have come across, which tense is this? Past perfect. So put a star mark. The BRS had become a formidable force, a very strong force, by having reaped the benefit of leading the movement that led to the formation of the state. Why BRS is special when it comes to this state? That is a party which led the agitation, which fought for the separate state. Obviously, it has that advantage. Sentence talks about that. It says, the BRS had become a formidable force by having reaped. Reap means what? Generally, we say reap the benefits. Means have the advantages of some action. Please write the expression, reap the benefits. Have the benefits. They led the agitation and they're enjoying the benefits of that. Because of that, they got power twice. They're trying for the 3rd time. Have you got the meaning? Reap the benefits. So it says, it is going to, by having reaped the benefit of leading the movement that led to the formation of the state, which was bifurcated. Bifurcate means what? Divide into 2 from the United Andhra Pradesh in 2014. But something went wrong. What went wrong? Initially, BRS was very popular and many parties joined the BRS and fought for the cause of getting the Telangana state. All people from all walks of life, intellectuals, common people, professionals, everyone joined the movement. And because of that, they got the state. But down the line, something went wrong. What went wrong? But contrasting word, many fellow travelers and partners in the agitation parted ways. I haven't brought the meanings of certain expressions. Please write the meaning. Parted ways means went in different directions. Part ways means go in different directions, opposing directions. This goes with friends as well. Initially, you have a few friends and you all have the same wavelength, you think the same way. After some time, differences of opinion, then you part ways, means you go in different directions. So what happened? What went wrong? But many fellow travelers and partners in the agitation parted ways with the regional party, that is the BRS, as it graduated into, means changed into, a typical single family driven enterprise. Now BRS party, they have used one expression. What is the expression used for the BRS party? A typical single family driven enterprise that thrives due to, thrives means it does well still. It is still popular. And it thrives due to the support for its strong leader. One man show. Who is that one man? KCR, obviously. What has kept the support base for the party is its emphasis. But there's another positive dimension. Why is the party so popular? 2 or 3 factors. The very first factor, they led the agitation under the guidance or able leadership of KCR. First factor. Second factor, they have come up with a lot of welfare measures. Obviously, that also makes a positive impact. Third one, welfare measures plus infrastructure, especially water. And the agitation, one of the main reasons for separate state, water issue. Water was a bone of contention or the apple of discord. These sentences talk about that. What has kept the support base for the party is its emphasis on welfare initiatives that included a number of dole payments for various sections besides DOLE dole, something like scholarship, money given as a support for various sections besides work in improving sectors such as irrigation. One of the key issues that drove the agitation for a separate state in the first place. As I said, water was the main issue and it gave the fillip for the agitation. But again, contrasting word, with the Congress managing to win over voters in Karnataka through welfare guarantees and seeking to replicate this model for Telangana. How did Congress win in Karnataka? They talked about a lot of welfare schemes and obviously it worked out. No one expected Congress would win in Karnataka. Yes or no? And everyone got the shock. They were underdogs. No one expected, everyone expected BJP. Congress came to power, thumping majority. One of the reasons could be welfare measures. And it has given a positive result. As a being wise, what will they try to do? They will try to replicate, use the same strategy in the state of Telangana. That's what the sentence talks about. It says, but with the Congress managing to win over voters in Karnataka through welfare guarantees and seeking to replicate this model for Telangana, the stage is set. Means everything is in place to compete, fight in elections. The stage is set for an electoral battle driven by competitive populism. Underline competitive populism. Populism goes with making the people happy. Popular measures, popular schemes, and competitive populism. This party says we will give you something free. Based on that, another party says we will give you something free. They compete with each other. One party says we'll give 10,000. Another party says we'll give 15,000. One party says we'll give black and white TV. Another party says we'll give color TV. There is competition. It talks about the same. Albeit, though, of slightly varying kinds. Welfare measures also, they cannot replicate. Each party has its own manifesto. Though they talk about welfare measures, subtle differences you always come across. With the BRS coming up with a number of welfare and cash transfer measures to rival the Congress's guarantees, the election could well become a referendum on who delivers welfare better. Now the bottom line. Bottom line means the most important thing. What is the bottom line here? They are going to talk about welfare schemes. But whose welfare schemes are going to be better? Based on that, the party is going to come into power. Whatever the voters think. Who is going to do better when it comes to welfare schemes? Let us go to the second part of the editorial. Over the course of this decade, now it touches the role of BJP party, which was in the limelight once. Over the course of this decade, the BJP has sought, again which tense present perfect, to become a major player in Telangana and only the electoral results will confirm the pervasive theory that the party's support base in the state remains limited to a few seats. Now the party is limited to a few seats, BJP party, and once the results come out, it is going to be confirmed. But what is the opinion pervasive theory? Now BJP is not a strong contender, it is not in the limelight, it is limited to a few seats. If the Congress steals a march over the BJP, it could reflect the failure of the BJP to raise an agenda that appeals to the people of Telangana beyond its tiresome reliance on religious polarization and touting the virtues of having a friendly union government. Every party takes a stand to convince the voters. What is the stand taken by BJP? One, BJP is known as a religious party. So based on that, obviously it talks about, what does it talk about? It talks about religious polarization, two groups. I don't want to mention, you can understand. One dimension. The other dimension, it is at the center and Telangana is a state. Imagine the center is friendly with the state will get benefited or not. And imagine BJP at the center, BJP in Telangana. Things go very smoothly. There won't be any opposition. They try to tout that also, float the advantages of having a friendly union government. This will also be indicative of the mood of the electorate in the southern states. Now it's a general statement about what is happening in the southern states, where electoral competition is moved in the politics of welfare. Other states also, they talk about welfare measures. All the southern states talk about welfare measures. But on the other hand, if you go to the north, they talk about religious polarization. There's a marked difference between the north and the south. South, it is more about welfare schemes. North, it is more about the religious factors. The sentence talks about the same. Electoral competition is moved in the politics of welfare and developmentalism, and less in the historics of communal mobilization, as evident elsewhere in the north. North, it is more community-based, communal approach. South, it is different. How does the editorial end? All said, but write one expression, we also say, all said and done. Have you heard of this expression? All said and done, it is not going to happen. All said and done, it is not a good idea. This is what we express. Though we have said something, it is not a good idea. When you want to convey that, all said and done, it is not going to be easy. Do you understand the meaning of that? All said and done, it is not going to be easy. Means what? Whatever we have said, irrespective of that, it is not going to be an easy task. All said, the Congress might well have the wind in its sails. Something may come in favor of Congress to become a contender against a formidable BRS, strong party like BRS. But the electoral campaigns and how they sway the fence sitter, underline fence sitter. Sway in this context, attract, convince. Convince the fence sitters. Who are the fence sitters? They are neutral. They wait for the right time to jump this side or that side. You all know the expression fence sitter. We also say, there is an expression in Telugu. Someone cannot decide. He's always thinking this side or that side. Then we say like a cat on the wall. Have you heard of that? Cat on the wall. So fence sitter and the undecided voter will determine the course of the election in the state. They are going to decide the course of election in the state. Easy to understand, a familiar topic. Today I have brought more exercises. Let us see, first 5 questions go with error location. Please read the first sentence and tell me where the error is. India must be wary of the complexities of hosting the Olympiad. Which part has an error? Second part, what is wrong with the second part? Wary, what is the spelling here? W-A-R-Y. Wary means cautious. This wary means what? Exhausted, tired. W-E-A-R-Y means exhausted, tired. Not relevant in this context. What is the right word? W-A-R-Y. Wary means cautious. Read the second one. Governments worldwide have bet on the sporting, economic and socio-cultural impact the games can leave. Which part has an error, you have to tell. I want you guys to respond. Say something, right or wrong, it doesn't matter. How many of you say there's an error in the third part? Raise your hands. You should have responded. What is wrong with the third part? It is not socio-cultural impact, socio-cultural impact. Word form. Culture is a noun. Here we have to use the adjective form because impact is a noun. What is the correct expression? Socio-cultural impact. Go to the third one. That India has also expressed an interest in the Youth Olympics as a precursor is a clear signal that it wants to shed the reticent. Let me ask you a question. I will ask after the session, not now. Okay. Please, what is the answer? Where is the error? It is quite obvious. The fourth part, there is an error. To shed the reticent or reticence. Reticent is adjective. Here you cannot use adjective. You have to use a noun form. What is the noun form of that word? Reticence. R-E-T-I-C-E-N-C-E. Reticence. Go to question number 4. The tag of an Olympic host can give it a vantage position in a shifting world order. Which part? Fourth part. What is wrong with the fourth part? In a shifting world order. Nothing wrong. How many of you say first part? Nothing wrong. How many of you say second part? Nothing wrong. How many of you say third part? Nothing wrong. I have already said fourth part, nothing wrong. So what is the answer? Please respect the fifth option. No error whatsoever. The tag, how do you decide? The tag is the subject of an Olympic host, a phrase. The tag can give it, host singular, can give it what? A vantage position where in a shifting world order, everything is in place. Go to the last question. In the case of Tokyo, the financial burden was said to have a balloon to $15.4 billion, more than double the initial estimate. Which part has an error? How many of you say third part? Raise your hands. There is an error in the third part. What is it? Here we have a non-finite verb. To have any non-finite verb here, this pattern, the verb should be in the past participle form. What is the verb here? Balloon can be a noun, can be a verb. As a verb, it's a regular verb. Balloon, ballooned, ballooned means increased. So here balloon is not correct. Add ed. To have ballooned. Balloon plus ed. That is a past participle of the verb balloon. To have ballooned. I have brought 5 phrasal verbs and have a look at each one. Pull up means what? Can you see all the 5? First one, we'll take one at a time, we'll do in a systematic way. What is the answer? Pull up. It has many meanings. One of the meanings I have brought. I'll give the context. The manager has pulled up the employee. I have been pulled up by the manager. How many of you say C? Manage to do something difficult or tricky? No. How many of you say inform someone that they are wrong? D. Raise your hands. D is the answer. I have been pulled up by the manager means I have been informed something went wrong. I have been questioned. I have been scolded also, you can say. Pull out, easy. Pull out means what? Answer is, how many of you say E? Pulled out of the deal. Withdraw. E is the answer. Pull down. Pull down, it goes with buildings. So what is the answer? A is the answer, demolish. Pull over. Pull over has many meanings, but one of the meanings I have brought, answer is B, make a vehicle stop. You are traveling by car. You feel uncomfortable. Then you tell the driver, please pull over here. Means what? Please stop. Take it to a side and stop. And what is the last one? Pull off. He could pull off the project. Means what? What are you left with? Manage to do something difficult or risky. C is the answer. Easy or difficult? If you don't respond, it is understood they are difficult. Go to the next one. You have words and meanings. Humongous, what is the answer? Fourth one, huge. Ephemera, temporary, one. Inept, clumsy, very good. Unsavory, disagreeable to do or to see or to taste. Shed, get rid of. And here I have brought something like a word map, synonyms. What is the main word here? Humongous. And all these words are synonyms. Spend some time and try to learn. Now we'll go to the questions based on the editorial. Please read the first question. What recent political development has contributed to the Congress party's resurgence in Telangana? Answer B. What is B here? An organizational fillip from winning in Karnataka. Very good. What has been a significant factor in maintaining the support base for the ruling BRS party in Telangana? Maintaining the support base for BRS in Telangana. Is it, how many of you say C? Emphasis on welfare initiatives. That is the answer. What might the upcoming Telangana Assembly election be characterized by? Is it religious polarizations? No. A focus on developmentalism? Hold that one. A lack of competitive populism? No. A decrease in the role of undecided voters? No. So what is the answer? It is all about welfare measures and developmental activities. Answer is B. What does the editorial suggest about the BJP support base in Telangana? Today, as of now, where is the BJP party? What is its support base? Extensive? No. It remains limited to a few seats, clearly mentioned in the editorial. Answer is B. What will determine the course of the election in Telangana according to the editorial? The party with the most significant financial resources? No. The performance of the ruling BRS party? No. The electoral campaigns and their impact on fence-sitters and undecided voters. So what is the answer? C is the answer. The words we got yesterday, first word, I don't want to sing the same song every day. When I say the word, I expect two things from you immediately. One, you have to tell the part of speech. Second, you have to tell the meaning. Very. Very good. Loud and make it loud. Apartheid. Noun or adjective. Racial segregation. Vivid. Clear. It goes with what? Images, pictures. Extravaganza. Something that has been done on a large scale, elaborately, in a spectacular manner. Precursor. Something that comes before. Shed. Shed can be a noun, can be a verb, but in the context of the editorial, used as a verb, meaning get rid of. A reticence. To say a few words. Unsavory. Adjective. Disagreeable to see or taste or smell. Unsavory, unfortunate, and bad incidents, you can say. Scam. A fraud, financial fraud, you can say. Swindling money, embezzlement, all the words you have to feather one's own nest. Ratification, noun. Approval, ratify means what? Approve. It goes with agreements, contracts. Ineptly, adverb. Clumsily, vantage. Vantage position, vantage view, vantage situation, adjective. Meaning, to be in an advantageous position. To have a clear view also you can say. Stellar, adjective, meaning outstanding like stars. Stellar means what? Stars. Stars are always outstanding. Uptick. It could be a verb, it could be a noun, meaning slight improvement. Very good. Tailwind, noun, wind from behind. But you can also remember headwinds, opposing forces. Tailwinds, supporting forces. Opposing forces, supporting forces. Humongous, adjective. Huge. Fierce, adjective. Fierce battle. Intense, severe. Outcry, noun. Opposition, objection, and not approving something. Ephemeral, adjective. Temporary. Very good. But next time, say it louder. Unanimous, loud, that gives a better feeling. Low voice, sometimes up, sometimes down. People may think I'm conducting a music class. Obviously, no? I'll take 2 minutes, I'll wind up the session.